Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Cody, and I will be your host for the next hour. Here on Power Prompts, it is our job to empower you to power through your art block. And every month we create a theme, and every prompt and every theme we have a prompt, and every week we have a prompt. Oh my gosh, wow. Words. I'm so sorry, you guys. This month's theme is Mermay, and today's prompt is fish friends. So we're going to be drawing some tropical fish today. So if you're interested in that, stick around. And also you can feel free to participate by posting your work on Instagram with hashtag Adobe Live Power Prompts. And towards the end of the show, we're going to be looking at some of your awesome community entries as well. We just hit 400 total submissions. So we have a handful of ones for this prompt, and then I can also show you guys some ones that we weren't able to show in other streams as well. So yeah, we are going to head over to Fresco now. And so I started this sketch a little bit ago. I just did a rough like mermaid because the focus is the fish friends. So Clever says this sounds fishy. Steve says, I sense that it's hot there. Oh yeah, I know. I got my sleeveless tank going on. I think this is the first time I've ever worn a tank top on stream before. All right. So not only are we going to be drawing fish today, but I also wanted to show off some new things that are in Fresco, including the Liquify tool. I just totally forgot what it's called right as I was talking. Yes, the Liquify tool. I've been saying for the longest time that I wish that we had like free transform tools and distort, because I use distort in my artwork a lot, going from Photoshop to Fresco. And I know that it's in the works. It says it's like, oh, upcoming tools, transform and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. However, until that point, until that time comes, Liquify is a great alternative, and I can show you guys an example right now. I'll just go ahead and start out with that. So I drew this little jellyfish guy, but I realized after I drew it that I kind of want to reposition him, because while his positioning kind of like flows around her, I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit and maybe make him flow a little bit more. So I was thinking I'm going to take the paint selection tool, and I'm just going to select him right here. And I think I'm going to rotate him a bit and kind of maybe bring him down. And then if you tap and hold, or is it double tap on the move tool? Yes, it's double tap on the move tool. Then you can see right underneath the move tool on the right there, we have the little finger that's like pushing, which is the Liquify tool. And we can use the Liquify tool to kind of just move his little tentacles around as we see fit. So I can kind of just shift him in any way that I like. And it's actually very precise. I was pretty impressed, because I don't use the Liquify tool myself in Photoshop ever, although I know a lot of artists that use it. But I can see myself using this a lot in the future in Fresco. It's very precise, and it doesn't feel like it's too liquidy, if that's a good way to describe it. But it allows me, as you can see, to kind of just shift things around a little bit. And so I don't have to redraw it. You know, it's so much faster to be able to just kind of push and pull just this a little bit, kind of like maybe make him a little bit more twisty, you know? And I can also edit it as we do the color as well. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys that. And I can also do that, like if I wanted to shift her tail around, maybe I wanted to move her fins, like change the direction that her fin is facing or something. And of course, you can also undo if you don't like the movement that you've done. Maybe we'll move this line down a little bit to kind of thicken that part of her tail up. So yeah, it's super, super, super useful if you guys are looking for some kind of transform tool in Fresco. I think it just got released maybe just like a few weeks ago, and this was kind of like my my first time using it. So wanted to throw that out there, and then just press done when you have finished using it. All right, so I have some reference here up on Pinterest that of some tropical fish that I'm going to be going off of. We can show that here up on the stream. Just like some really cool tropical fish. I'm not like a huge, like, sea animals are not like my favorite animals, but tropical fish are really cool. And I was also considering maybe putting in like a dolphin or something, depending on the type of composition that we go with. I really liked this image, was really pretty with the light blue background. I'm thinking about doing something like that, just a really simple watercolor background like we've been doing in our other images for this month with mermaids as well. I think I'm going to just throw in some blue watercolor, and maybe we'll do some implied shapes like we did with the rocks in the I think it was the pirate theme, where we did just like darker layered watercolor in the background to make it look like there were rocks in the background, but it wasn't taking away from the foreground. So I think I might do that with some fish shapes as well. Maybe I'll put like the dolphin in the background or something like that. So let's go ahead and I think I'll start with that before we get going here. And also I wanted to say hey to everyone, because I haven't done that yet. Hey, CJ, Steve, D, Sam, welcome, you guys. Good to see you. Hey, Clever, good to see you. Thank you so much for showing up. Well, all right. Oh, and RB, thank you so much. Hey, Wade, welcome. Good to see you. Hey, Jack, hi, welcome. All right, so I am going to hop on over to my brush panel, and I'm going to go back to, let's see, go to my favorites, and under the Kyle's watercolor brushes, we will find my favorite watercolor brush, and that is the Natural Edge Painter 1. And if you guys don't know how to download brushes to Fresco, all you have to do is go down to the bottom of the brush menu and press the plus button. It says add brushes now. It actually didn't used to say that, so maybe it's a little bit more clear now. And you can just press discover new brushes. And this is where you can find all of Kyle's brush packs. And if you have a CC sub, you can download them for free. So you can just add and remove as you see fit. And then you can also, if you want to import brushes, you can do that from this little menu as well. But we are going to go ahead and go to favorites. This is in Kyle's watercolor pack, as I mentioned before. And we can go here and let's just pick, let's see, I might actually, let's go back. I'm going to go backwards into my iPad work here. And I am going to, this was our work in progress from the pirate theme that we did. This is the one that I was referencing earlier. And I am going to actually grab this, this watercolor, the color of the water that we used for this image. I'm going to saturate it a little bit because I think this, oh, you know what? Oh, shoot. In Fresco, I always forget this, is that in Fresco, when you grab color from a different file, it doesn't translate to the other file. So I'm actually going to, let's see, I know how to fix this. Let's just grab this kind of like periwinkle blue that I have, and I can just shift the hue slider over just a little bit over to the green side, just so we can kind of get like that turquoisey tropical look to our watercolor here. And let's see, then I am going to raise the size of our brush and we will see how that looks. And I'm just going to very lightly throw this in the background. Actually, I might make my brush a little bit bigger. Steve says, ooh, skulls, this is mobster territory. Yeah, you don't see me drawing skulls very often, huh? Yeah, I really want to finish that one. I just haven't had time yet, but I actually really liked how the background was turning out. I was pretty pleased with it. Just have not gotten around to finishing it. I also haven't finished last week's either. I'm falling behind, you guys. I'm getting a list of unfinished artwork. Does anyone else have a list of unfinished artwork, like a folder of unfinished artwork that you just haven't gotten to yet? I am starting to get to that point. But the swamp one was turning out in a way that I actually liked as well. I can't see your mouse moving on the screen. Actually, that is a really good point. I should turn on that setting. Let's see, where is that? Is it in input? I know I've seen Kyle talk about where you can turn on the fact that you can see the mouse on the screen. Does anyone know where that is? General. Let's see. We can see the colors appearing, but no brush. Yeah, Oh, that's interesting. You can't even see the brush at all? Oh yeah, let's see. There's gotta be, I know. Or is my capture frozen, you guys? Are we having some frame rate issues again? All right. We might need to go to the BRB screen, you guys. I'm so sorry. For the past couple of weeks, we've been having this issue where the frame rate for the capture has been going bad. So we're going to hop over into a BRB screen really quick and we will get that fixed. Thanks. Okay, I think we might have actually solved the issue. We thought we solved it before, so hopefully we actually did solve it this time. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I don't know why this keeps happening. Steve says we didn't see the jump to brushes either on the website. Interesting. Okay, meanwhile, enjoy the chill beats. Yes, please do. Ruth, I'm so sorry. Yes, it seems like we are having some technical issues, but hopefully we are fixed now, and let us know if we have any issues in the future as well. All right, so I threw down just some really light color here, as you guys can see. I'm going to also, with that watercolor brush, like I said, I might throw in, let's see, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Let's see how big that is. Maybe a little bit smaller. I'm gonna throw in some kind of just really light shapes to kind of imply that there is something going on in the background. It kind of just like adds a little bit more interest. So like we can do some just like some plant shapes or maybe some like coral shapes or something, and also fish shapes to kind of just add to that background there. And also, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. I know it's at the very beginning, but sometimes, you know, transitioning from the weekend to Mondays can be difficult. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, as you guys can see, I'm just kind of throwing in some little fishy shapes. And we can also, going back to our reference, I can throw in maybe like one of these guys, like a little angel fish or something. Actually, I'm gonna redo that. With this brush, a trick to get it to stay in one layer is you can't lift up your brush, because as you lift up your brush every time, so that's one brush and then I lifted it up, and then if you put your brush down over top of that, it's basically acting as a separate layer of watercolor. So whenever you lift up your brush, you're basically drying your watercolor and then painting over top of it again. So if you want one single layer of the color, you can't lift up your brush while you're working. And sometimes that can be a little bit difficult, but I've kind of just gotten used to it with the way that this brush works. Ruth says, so far so good. Great, good to hear. Ready for a long weekend? Yes, definitely. Oh, that's so true. We do have a long weekend. My cousin's wedding is this weekend, so really looking forward to that. That's what I'll be doing. Okay, yeah, let's put in some other fish shapes here. It kind of looks more like a bird. Let's try that again. Hey, Barbara, hello, welcome. Cool. Clever says maybe we'll also enjoy Memorial Day. That's so true. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Like a patriotic mermaid. There you go. We actually have one more Power Prompts theme for Mermay after Memorial Day. It'll be the day after Memorial Day, because Memorial Day falls on a Monday this year. So we will actually be having Power Prompts on that Tuesday right after Memorial Day. And that is the coral reef theme. So looking forward to that one too. That will be probably nice and colorful. We'll try to go for some colorful theming there. But you know, even if you guys don't participate, I'm just always really thankful that you're here. And I hope that this stream can also just, you know, serve as just like a relaxing time for you to hang out and chill out. Maybe everyone's, you know, getting home from work and maybe you're starting dinner. And it's always just nice to, you know, have a stream on in the background. How many of you guys just do that? How many of you guys just lurk in streams and just have streams on in the background while you're doing other things? I know I do. I barely ever talk in chats and streams. And so like, I know that it's very helpful to be able to just like kind of have that background noise going on when you're kind of just like winding down for the day. I love that. That's like my favorite thing to do while watching streams. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I might add like, maybe I'll add in like one more little guy here. And maybe I can add in just like some circles to kind of like imply little bubbles too. Sean says, I always have these on in the background to get ideas flowing for the next project. Oh yeah, definitely. Awesome. Barbara says, I do it a lot. Bliss says, I'm de-lurking just to say that I do. Yes, indeed. Mick says, often, yes. Very cool. I'm glad to have you guys here. All right, so let's also start throwing in. I'm going to grab the sketch brush again, and we are going to start putting in some of these kind of like actual fish shape that are more like in the foreground. So I'm going to start, I'm just gonna pick a fish. Maybe we'll start with a clownfish. How does that sound? We got a little clownfish, kind of have like very round, kind of like rounded triangle fins. Now, you guys, I don't draw fish very often, so, oh no, I drew it on the wrong layer anyway. So let's start that again. Make a new layer. Don't draw on your background layer, you guys. But what I was going to say is, I don't draw fish very often, so this is kind of a new thing for me. But we will see how this goes. Here's a little guy. RB says, no fish, Cody, draw a bass. A bass or a bass? Are you referring to like the musical instrument? Are you trying to go punny? And then maybe like we have, I don't know what this guy is. I'm looking at this photo reference here, but kind of has like this shape, and then he's got like a triangle tail. I'm kind of also, you know, not necessarily trying to go directly off of the photo reference too, because I would like to be able to, you know, interject my own style into it, but that can sometimes be a little bit difficult when you've never actually drawn the thing before. I feel like it's a lot easier to add your style to something after you've drawn it a few times, you know? You kind of get the gist of what it looks like. But there's a little guy. He's doing something. He's going places, you know? I'll give him a little smile. And then also we can do one of these little guys, like a little parrotfish. Is that what this is? No, a parrotfish is different here. I think this guy has like a little bit of a little beak here, and then he goes up and down like this, and he goes like this. Have any of you guys ever had a tropical fish tank? I've had goldfish. I actually had a goldfish for about 10 years. And she eventually passed away. But my dad's parents have always had a tropical fish tank my whole life. And that was like my main exposure to like having like a really big fish tank. These fish look really silly, but that's okay. And we can also just like, you know, like we can make up our own little fish guys, right? Like what if we just had like there's this guy and he's like, you know, maybe he's just got like a big ol', ooh, my hand's shaking. I'm gonna turn up the smoothing. If you guys don't know what smoothing is, it's very helpful when you have handshake. It's this menu right here. It's just on a slider and it can kind of help get rid of your hand jitters. Oh, there we go. That's a cute little fish eye right there. Give him a little bit of character. And then maybe we have like, what if we have like a really long guy like this? I'm literally just making this up as I go, you guys. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I don't know what that is, but it's fun, right? Let's see. Steve says most fish are related. They all end up in a frying pan. that just makes me think of the line in Under the Sea. Something about when the humans get hungry or something like that. Do we have any sushi fans in chat? I have always loved sushi my whole life. Been eating it since I was a little kid. Okay, something like that. And maybe we'll add in some more of these little guys here. What these are, again, I have no idea, but they're just kind of like implied little fish shapes here and there. Maybe I'll add in another little jellyfish or something. I think I want to redo this clownfish. Now that I have a handle on kind of like the look of the fish that I'm going for, I think I want to redo him. Maybe I'll move him up a little bit here. There, that looks a little better. And don't forget to save your work, everyone. Becca says, I'm vegan, but enjoy sweet potato sushi. That sounds really interesting. I've never had that before. Just like a sushi roll, but instead of fish, it's sweet potatoes. That sounds pretty good, actually. Okay, and I think I might actually use the Liquify tool. He's looking a little bit uneven here, so I'm going to use the Liquify tool to just kind of shift him around a little bit, kind of make him a little bit more even. Okay. And also gonna add in some more little fishies here. CJ says, is it meta to use the Liquify tool on an underwater painting? On watercolor too. So we're using Liquify on an underwater painting that was made with watercolor. Does that look like a dolphin? That's not what a dolphin tail looks like, is it? I think a dolphin, that's a mermaid tail. I think a dolphin tail goes the other way. I think it goes like this. Little baby dolphin. Oops. There. Now we have kind of like this, I like that composition, because we kind of have like this almost like swirling effect going on here, with the jellyfish and the dolphin. So that looks pretty cool. I feel like I don't really like the positioning of this guy, although I like his shape, but I might move him somewhere else, because it kind of just looks like he's like stuck there. So let's go ahead and move. I think I'm going to move this guy down a little bit. Like here, maybe. Although I like, if I move him, maybe I just need to make him a little shorter. Maybe he's just a little bit too long. Because if I move him, then I feel like that spot is kind of empty. But like if I move him, whoa, if I move him, maybe I'll just leave him for now, and maybe we can try to fix it later. And I'm also going to reposition this whole image so it's kind of more centered on the canvas here. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. We do have smart guides that kind of help you center things, but sometimes when it's not really like a very square image, you kind of have to just like go with what looks best, because what's pixel perfect centered isn't always necessarily what looks the best to your eye. So because this image is kind of wonky, especially with the background color, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it here. I think I need to, while the characters are centered right now, maybe push them over to the right a little bit. I think I need to erase actually some of the background color because the color is not centered on the characters. Oh, maybe, let's see. I could just try to move the background color over a little bit. Now it's more centered on the characters. Cute dolphin. Thanks, Barbara. A doll maid or a merfin? Okay. So I think that's like, oh, you know what? I was about to say that's kind of it, but you know what? We have this like big blank space here. I should probably fill in, yeah, let's at least fill in that spot. I could also add in maybe like a little baby, like, jellyfish, maybe? Like, add in a little guy here. But maybe that's too much. Maybe that's just me being afraid of negative space, because negative space isn't a bad thing. So we don't necessarily, maybe we don't want to fill in all of that space. Maybe we want just there to be a little bit of breathing room there. These fish, I think, are kind of like a little bit too lined up with her arm. So I'm gonna move those guys back a little bit. That's a little better. And I can also kind of fill in some of these spaces with some more of these little guys as well. Whale noises. Oh my gosh, I could just do like a big old whale in the background. Tiny blue whale silhouette. Let's see. I need to grab that color again. Oh, I should have saved that color that we used for the background. I don't have any blue whale reference. I don't have any whale reference in general. Just teeny tiny boy here in the background. Oh, my brush is way too big. It'll just be like a little whale pet here in the background. Do blue whales have dorsal fins? I don't think they do. Do they? Maybe if they do, it's just like a little tiny one, but I don't think they do. There, there's a little blue whale friend there in the background. And since he's on a separate layer, we can just lower the opacity here. And we'll move him like He's way off, way off in the distance. And he's also actually a little bit too green. I think I hue shifted that just a little bit too much and saturated it. Let's desaturate him. And let's lock the transparency. So let's just click on the, or tap on the layer and then go down to lock transparency. And we will, let's see, saturate it just a little bit more. No dorsals on whales. Yeah, I didn't think so. Def a humpback, but a cutie. Is that a humpback? Like I said, I was doing it without reference, so. Okay. I think we can get to coloring, you guys. Wow, whew, English words. I can't speak today. Whew. Okay. Oh, I just realized I did some of those fish on the background layer, but it's okay. You know what I can do is just, I will just color over top of it and we won't need to worry about it at all. Although I did just notice, because they were on that layer, I lassoed those fish on the watercolor layer. Oh, tisk tisk tisk. We will fix it. We will cover that right up and no one will be the wiser. All right, so let's lower the opacity of our sketch layers here. Doctor Who? Doctor Who is in my chat. Hello, Doctor Who. David Tennant, is that you? Okay. I think I want to, at least I know I want to use some like golds and yellows. Definitely for the dolphin, obviously we will have gray, unless you guys want to go like crazy colors and we could go like a Lisa Frank like direction and we could just like go off the charts and do like a pink dolphin or something. I mean, you know what? Like, I'm feeling a little crazy. Like, why not? Like, why not go Lisa Frank? You know? Let's just go like, let's do like a purple pink dolphin or something. Hey, Odari, welcome. How are you doing? Like, why not? Let's do it, you guys. Let's get crazy. Yeah, exactly. Neon those fishies. Yes, exactly. Why not? All right, you guys, I'm going to be using Kyle Webster's Conte crayon brush, which can be found in the mega pack, along with this sketch brush that I've been using, which is called Happy HB, and that can be found in his mega pack as well. And also, if you guys are looking for another sketch brush, the default pencil brush in Fresco is fantastic as well. It looks very similar to the Happy HB. I go back and forth using them all the time. They look pretty similar. All right, so let's just, you know what? This is a little bit too cool toned for my taste, so I'm just gonna push that over to the pinks a little bit. And this Conte crayon brush I use a lot for my work. And I use, the way that I use it is I use it in a small size that allows me to kind of keep this texture showing through. And I kind of just almost like scribbling like a little kid in a coloring book with a crayon. And that's just kind of how I achieve this, this technique here. And I'm trying to be a little bit more loose with my coloring strokes. I have a tendency to be, I think, a little bit too precious with my my crayon, just for my own personal taste in the direction that I would like my work to go in. I think I have a tendency to want to just like be kind of like have it like perfectly imperfect, but I think that kind of hinders me almost because I have a tendency to be a little bit too precious and kind of like go very slowly around the edges and stuff. And I think that that is one hindrance of digital artwork that I find to be true, is that with the ability to have undo, it causes you to, like I said, be a little bit too precious and feel like you have to make everything perfect. Whereas with traditional artwork, if you make a mark, you made that mark, you know, like there's no going back. So I feel like traditional artwork can sometimes kind of have a little bit more character in that sense, whereas digital artwork, just because like I said, like you have that fallback, it can kind of like hinder you because like you want to make everything look so perfect. But you could also, if you wanted to do digital art and you didn't want to have that hindrance, you could just go into it and not let yourself use undo. I mean, you could treat it like it is traditional artwork. I think what I'm going to do here for the underlayer of his little like squiggly fins, those are not fins, those are tentacles. What am I saying? His little squiggly tentacles, they're going to be just like a little, like a lighter pink. And you can also, if you're looking for trying ways to make your work look a little bit more traditional as well, you can go the little bit more of a traditional approach and work in either just a single layer, like actual traditional artwork would be on a piece of paper, or you can work in, you know, less layers. I try to work in less layers. Lately, I've been working in even less layers than I used to try to achieve that traditional look more, as I kind of like experiment with different textures and stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and just do this on the same layer, and I'm going to make his tentacles. Oh, wrong color. Let's try that again. I'm going to make his tentacles the same color as his body. And I'm just figuring this stuff out on the fly, you guys. I did not plan this ahead of time. I wasn't even planning on making a pink a pink dolphin. So this is we're doing this on the fly here. Trying just figuring it out, just having fun, you know. I've been feeling like I'm having some art block lately, so you know, I'm just trying to. This looks like a SpongeBob jellyfish. I just zoomed out and realized it was not intentional. Oh my gosh, now I have to give it spots. Okay, let's let's do it. Let's give it some spots. Okay, you guys, we are officially drawing a SpongeBob jellyfish now. That was not intentional. That is so funny. I wonder if that was just like a subconscious thing that was like, oh yeah, jellyfish are pink with spots. What are you talking? Yeah, of course. That's just how they are. There we go. Love it. Okay. I think I might add in some yellow tones now. Let's see. Might make this guy a little bit yellow, like a golden color. Okay. And might actually make her tail gold too. like that goldenrod color. But it is just about time to head out, even though I would love to stick around and keep coloring this with you guys, because I want to like keep working on like these crazy colored fish. However, we have something even more exciting to do, and that is look at community entries. I'm just gonna finish up her tail really quick, and then we will head on over to check those out. And like I said earlier at the beginning, if you guys were not here, we have a total of 400 Power Prompts entries now, which is just crazy. Thank you guys so much for participating. And I just love seeing your entries every week. It always puts a smile on my face, and it's so cool to see everyone being involved. All right, so I like the direction of this so far, you guys. Okay, let's head over to Instagram and we can check out those entries. So we have this one. I think this artist has done, Fabulous Kitty has done a handful of entries. I think they even did entries for my other show, Draw This in Your Style, as well. But I just love this. This is so cute. And they did a really great job with, I think they've done this in their other entries as well. The focal blur in the background looks really nice. They kind of like implied background, kind of like we did today on the stream. Just kind of like implied some nice plant shapes, and just to kind of give a little bit more interest rather than just having like a solid color. And then also she's got just like a really cute face, and she's looking at her little fish friend. I'm not exactly sure what that fish is, but I saw it in my reference. They're very cool. And she's got little flowers on her top too, and also her little like fin ears, which I love. Fabulous Kitty puts those on their mermaid characters, and you did a really great job with the hair too. Really cool. Very, very nice entry. Thank you so much. Also, this entry was really neat. I don't know, let's see. This one was for Fish Friends and also for Coral Reef, which is next week's prompt. They actually combined quite a few different mermaid prompts, as you can see like in their description here. There's like 10 different prompts from different mermaid lists, and one of them was Frozen. So it actually looks like Elsa from Frozen, which is so cool. And the way that they drew the fins and everything is just so beautiful. Like it looks like silk. And they added like in like the nebulas and the stars and everything. Like it's a really interesting background. It's very, very cool. The way that they did their hair too is really beautiful. Really awesome texture and colors in the hair, and it looks just like Elsa. It's so cool. We also have this little kitty drawing. This one was for Fish Friends too. It says, "Can I show my fish friends the clouds?" And it's just like, it's a puffer fish in a balloon. That does not seem like a good idea. It's like a little kitty, and it's like holding, it's like a little cat that like, you know, like gets into like the fish bowl, but the fish bowl is a balloon. Blue Fauna. I think Blue Fauna's done a few entries too. Thank you so much for your entry. Your textures are really beautiful too. I love like it's like kind of like a chalky, you kind of have like some splatter going on there too. Just really cute artwork. Love it. We also have this one. Let's see, was this one for fish? Yeah, this one was for Fish Friends and Coral Reef again. They like combined a bunch of different prompts too. So love all of the texture, like the rainbow scales going on there. Like it kind of like reminds me of what's that old kind of like medieval art? Is it called Art Nouveau? I forget what the type of artwork it's called, but like where they have like a ton of detail and like different patterns, but it's kind of like a flat texture. And that's kind of like the look I think that it feels like this artist was going for, where they have like all tons of clouds in the background and just like a bunch of different combined patterns, which looks really cool. I love the kind of like half circle shapes going on in the fins. It almost kind of makes it look like a peacock almost, like it's kind of got those very cool textures going on with the lei and then all kinds of plants and everything. Very, very pretty. Copper band, but a butterfly fish. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, thank you. And we also have this one of Princess Bubblegum, and she's got all of her little fish friends. She's hugging them. And some of them actually look like they're like being hugged a little bit too tight, but they're very, very cute. My favorite ones are the little pink ones. They kind of look like pink goldfish almost. And I like that they're all like glowing too against this really dark background. It's got a lot of nice contrast going on there. And then also that red fish on the left, he's got like really like glassy eyes. Like the reflection on the eyes on that one is really, really good. And also the bottom left one has those glassy eyes also. CJ says the bottom left one looks like his face is dipped in chocolate. He just like had a snack, you know. Thank you guys so much for your entries. Clever says precious submissions. Yes, so cute. Yes, definitely. I totally agree. Peppermint butler fish. Oh yes, that's so true. It is that little the peppermint character. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week, but we are going to be showing on Tuesday for Coral Reef because Monday is Memorial Day in the US. And I look forward to your future entries. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you then. Bye.